Hi and welcome back to the Silverstone Museum YouTube channel, and I'm with what has been for the last year or so one of the most popular vehicles that we've had here at the museum. It's this absolutely stunning Rover SD1. Now this car really harks back to the nostalgia days. We have so many people that come and visit us and say, I remember when my dad or my granddad or my mum had one of these, and they remember going on family holidays on them and all sorts. However, this one is a thoroughbred racing car. Built for the 1983 British Touring Car Championship, there are a number of these that raced to great success. In fact, this car won, in the hands of Steve Soper, the then driver, the British Touring Car Championship before the end of 1983. Under protest, the car and the team were disqualified from the championship. But that's not really the key reason why I want to talk about this car. The reason why I want to talk about it is the story behind it and the owner. The owner is a chap called Ken Clark, Mr. Rover SD1. He was a young mechanic who started with Tom Walkinshaw Racing, TWR, who ran the car. And this was the first car he built for the team. This is chassis number 2, TWR 002. A car that he was basically tasked with building in a period of about 3 months to get it ready for Steve Soper to race in the British Touring Car Championship, which he did very, very successfully. Now, Ken said and has said in interviews and things that actually it was quite daunting because he'd been a club racing mechanic. To jump up to a kind of national and almost international level touring car championship was quite a big jump. Anyway, he lost touch with this car after the end of the championship. These things change hands. He remained being involved with the racing series and still does today work with Rover SD1 touring cars. In fact, at the Silverstone Festival just last weekend, he was running someone's SD1. However, this car, he was contacted by someone over in Holland who said, I've got a Bastos Rover SD1. This was the famous red and white coloured cars. And Ken, as his story goes, said, no, you haven't, because I know where all those cars are. Anyway, Ken went over to have a good look at this car, and he very, very quickly realised that this was his old car that he had built. And the reason is, if I can get Jess just to bring the camera in, you've got on this front and rear balance bar, just there, I'm hoping we can get the camera in to see it, where Ken had hand carved in TWR 002. So when he went to see this car, he knew it was the original car that he had worked on. Cutting a long story short, about 3 or 4 years worth of negotiation, he managed to buy this car, bring it back to the UK, and it underwent a full restoration back into the original yellow colour. He even had little details like the Bradshaw stickers. Of course, you can't buy these. The Bradshaw stickers made for the car. It is absolutely lovely. It's raced at Goodwood, as you can see, qualifies for Goodwood, and it is back in full racing trim. In fact, what he'd done is, the only part of this car he'd kept from 1983 was the steering wheel. And as part of his restoration, the last thing he did was put this steering wheel back on the car, and it was ready to go racing. He himself has raced this car at Goodwood, and it's been out here at Silverstone and other race meetings around the country. We are so proud to have this car here, and it is lovely on the YouTube channel to be able to tell some of those hidden stories, like this one of Ken Clark, who has rebuilt, restored, and loved this car since its first inception back in 1983, right the way to the present day.